As dusk settled over the ancient realm of Eldoria, Sir Marcus Blackwood stood upon the battlements of Castle Ravenwood, the cool evening breeze whispering through the treetops below. His mind was a tempest of conflicting thoughts and emotions, each one vying for dominance as he surveyed the land spread out before him. In the distance, the flickering lights of distant villages served as a stark reminder of the lives that hung in the balance.
Sir Marcus.
A voice called out from behind him, breaking the silence of the night. It was Sir Gareth, Marcus's trusted lieutenant, his face etched with concern.
What news do you bring, Gareth?
Marcus asked, turning to face his friend.
The lords of the western provinces have pledged their support to our cause.
Gareth replied, his voice tinged with relief.
But the eastern barons remain skeptical. They fear the cost of war.
Marcus nodded grimly, his brow furrowed in thought.
We cannot afford to let fear dictate our actions,
he said, his voice firm with determination.
We must unite the realm, if we are to stand any chance against the forces of darkness.
But how do we convince them, Marcus?
Gareth asked, his eyes searching Marcus's face for answers.
We show them that we are willing to fight,
Marcus replied, his gaze turning once more to the horizon.
We prove that we are not afraid to face the coming storm, no matter the cost.
As the two men stood in silent contemplation, a sense of resolve settled over them, steeling their hearts for the trials that lay ahead. For in the darkness of the night, a new dawn was on the horizon, and the fate of Eldoria hung in the balance.
The morning sun cast its golden rays upon the battlefield, illuminating the clash of steel and the roar of combat as Eldoria's factions faced off against the encroaching darkness. Sir Marcus Blackwood stood at the forefront of his allies, his sword gleaming in the sunlight as he rallied his troops with words of courage and defiance.
We stand together, united against the forces of darkness.
Marcus's voice echoed across the field, rallying his troops to face the oncoming horde of demons. But even as Marcus spurred his allies to action, doubts lingered in the air. The coalition of factions was a fragile alliance, bound together by necessity rather than loyalty, and the specter of betrayal loomed large over the battlefield. As the first wave of demons crashed against their defenses, Marcus fought with all his might, his blade flashing in the sunlight as he cleaved through the ranks of their infernal foes. But even as he fought, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, that the demons were not the only threat they faced.
Marcus, behind you.
A voice cried out, and Marcus whirled around just in time to parry a blow from an unexpected assailant. It was Lord Herod, a rival nobleman whose allegiance had always been tenuous at best. His eyes burned with malice as he swung his sword at Marcus, his betrayal laid bare for all to see.
You would betray us now, in our hour of need.
Marcus spat, his voice tinged with anger and disbelief.
It's every man for himself in times like these,
Herrick sneered, his sword flashing in the sunlight as he pressed his attack. But Marcus was not alone. His allies rallied to his side, fighting with a ferocity born of desperation as they pushed back against the tide of darkness. And as the battle raged on, Marcus knew that the true test of their alliance had only just begun.